started here, giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Shah. Don't want to speak the truth from the world, I want to let. We're going to go into this lesson. We're going to go to Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. It said, blow you the trumpet in Zion, and sound the holy alarm. It's like a sound the alarm in my holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord come forth is not at hand. Right? The day of the Lord. Let's read again. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. It said, blow the trumpet in Zion, sound a alarm in my holy mountain, let all the habit of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord come forth is not at hand. Let's go to 10. The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be darkness, and the stars shall withdraw their shine. The Lord shall utter his voice before his armor, for his camp is very great, for he is a strong that execute his words. For the day of the Lord is great, and the very day, it's like the very terrible, it's like a, let me get it again. The great day, no, the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can able it abide? It's like abide it. Yeah, I'm tripping. And read it again, Joel chapter 2, verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his armor, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that execute his words. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Right? Who can abide it? I don't know if I say it, but I'm going to say it again, So, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Shah. Shalom to the apostles, brothers, and GMS, and shalom to the elect. So, a lesson here. Let's go to Joel. Chapter 1, verse 15. Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord. Again, Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Again, alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and destruction from Almighty shall it come. Right? Joel chapter 1 more time. Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and destruction from the Almighty shall it come. So right, the day of the Lord shall it come. So as you see here, I'm on this platform here. Go. Just gotta make sure I'm doing everything right. So you see, the time is going on. Let's go to Matthew. So bear with me here. I'm trying to get this all together. Matthew chapter 16, verse 3. I'm going to go verse 1. The Pharisee also with the Sadducee came and temple and desired him that he would show. It's like, again, Matthew 16, verse 1. The Pharisee also with the Sadducee came and to the temple and desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. And he answered and said unto them, what even you should yet say, it will be far weather, for the sky is red. In the morning it will be far weather. Today, for the sky is red. O Lord, O you hypocrite, you can't discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the time? Right? The signs of the time, man. Read it again, Matthew 16. Make sure I'm saying the words right. Read it again, Matthew 16, verse 1. The Pharisee also with the Sadducee came and temple and desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven, right? A sign from heaven. And he answered and said unto them, when it will yet say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Verse 3, in the morning it will be fair weather today, for the sky is red. O glory, no, glory, oh you hypocrite, can discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the time? Verse 4, a wicked and adulterous generation seeking after the sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it but the signs of the prophet Jonah. And he left and depart, right? Left and depart. So let's go to Matthew. You know, we all reading these scriptures, but hey, man, it's, you see, Matthew 24, verse 3. Let me check that out right quick. Here. Let's see if I'm all right. Okay. All right, let's go to Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And he sat upon a Mount Olivet, and disciples came unto him privately and said, tell us, what should those things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world, right? The end of the world. Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto him, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, and say, Mashiach, and deceive many. And you shall hear wars of rumors of war. Rumors of war. See that, yet be not troubled, for all those things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, pestilence, and earthquake in the various places. Yeah. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. Verse Deuteronomy. Matthew 24, verse 13. But he that shall do it to the end, some shall be saved. Verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for its witness unto all nations, for then shall the end come. Matthew 24, verse 33. So likewise, yeah, when you shall see all those things, know that it is near, even at the door, right near, even at the door. Matthew 24, verse 33. So likewise, yeah, when you see, shall see, excuse me, you shall see all those things, know that it is near, even at the door. Very I say unto you, this generation did not pass till all those things be fulfilled, right? Matthew 24, verse 42, 34. No, 43. Nope. I'm tripping here. Yeah. That went too fast. Yeah, verse 34. Matthew 24, verse 34. Very I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all those things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth should pass away, but my word should not pass. Should not pass away. But of that day and an hour no man knows, no, not the angel of heaven, but my Father only. But as the day of Noah was, so shall also coming of the Son of Man be. Right? Again, Matthew 24, verse 37, it said, but as the day of Noah was, so shall also coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the day there was before the flood, there was eating and drinking and marriage and giving marriage unto the day that Noah into the ark, and no, not unto the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also coming of the Son of Man be. We're getting in Matthew 24, verse 39. So, and no, not unto the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also coming of the Son of Man be. Verse 40. Then shall two be in the field, that one should be taken, and one other left. Verse 41. No. It said, be ready for his coming. Matthew 24, verse 42. It said, watch, therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord does come. Right? Watch, verse 44. Therefore, be you also ready, for sure, in hour, yet think not the Son of Man coming. Oh, it's like for a minute. All right, let me see. Let's move on. Let's go to Mark 1 verse 15. Nope, not 2 verse 15. Mark chapter 1 verse 15. Mark chapter 1 verse 15, and said, the time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of our power is at hand. Repent yet and believe the gospel. Right? Believe the gospel. Let me see what else I can get with all right, we'll go to Isaiah. I'm trying to go. Okay. All right. Let me see. We get again. Mark chapter 1 verse 15. We're not going to find this. I'll pass it up. Mark chapter 1 verse 15. It say the time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of our power, the Most High, is at hand. Repent yet believe the gospel. Like, repent and believe the gospel. Let's see what else I can get with that. So for a minute, trying to see if I get scripture with it now. I can't even find it. No find I can. No, okay, let's move on. Let's go to Zephaniah. Chapter 1, verse 15. Let's say the day of judgment. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 15. The day is a day of wrath. 14. Like the great day of the Lord is near, and haste greater even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry bitter. Right? The mighty man shall cry bitter. Yet again, Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 14. The Lord is near. It is near, and haste greater even the voice of the day of the Lord. Mighty man shall cry bitter. Verse 15. That a day of wrath. Hold on, let me say. that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, and a day of wasted and desolate, a day of darkness and gloomy, a day of cloud and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet, an alarm against the fenced city and against the high tower, and I will bring stress upon man, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood should be poured out in the dust, and their flesh as the dove. Verse 18, neither their silver nor their gold should be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord wrath. Right, the Lord wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even speedy render of all things that dwell in the land. Right. He said, none of your silver nor of your gold should be able to deliver you in the day of the Lord's wrath, man. Man, so, we make these lessons to warn our people, man. The day of the Lord's wrath, man. You ain't repentance and seeking the Lord, man. The things that you see you can discern the signs of the time that's coming on the earth, man. And people think it's going to be peace. No, man, it's going to be the day of the Lord, man. It's darkness and not light, man. You know what? I'm trying to find that scripture. Hold on. Work me for a minute. Let me read it again. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 18. It said, neither the silver nor their gold should be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land should be devoured by fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy render of all things that dwell in the land. Man, the day of the Lord's wrath. You know what? Let me and what our people's doing. It's gonna come as a thief of the night on you peoples, man. You know what? I'm trying to see. Okay. Let me see if I can get something. Okay. Let me see Ezekiel 7, verse 19. 7. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. All right. Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold should be removed. Their silver and their gold should not be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. I'll read it again. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold should be removed. Their silver and their gold should not be able to deliver them in the day of the day of wrath of the Lord. They should not satisfy them soul, neither fill they bowl, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. What's that? Fill they bowl? It's like a bank bowl. It's like, look at it again. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They should cast their silver in the streets, and their gold should be removed. Their silver and their gold should not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They should not satisfy their soul, nor fill bowl, because it is the stumbling blocks of their iniquity. All right, let's go to Ezekiel. If I forget the scripture. Oh, you know I didn't. I think it's Ezekiel chapter 7 or is it 21 and 7? Let me see. We're going to figure it out. No, it's Ezekiel 21. No, I think I'm tripping. Nope. Oh, I think I know what I'm just trying to get out. Let me see. Ezekiel 7, verse 25. Yeah, yep, I got it. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Destruction is coming, and there shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Right, there should be none. Right. Ezekiel chapter 7. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Destruction is coming, and there shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mistress shall come upon mistress, and rumor shall be upon rumor, and there shall seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest and the council from the ancient. Read it again. Let me see some other people. Let's read verse 27. The king shall mourn, and the princes shall be clothed with desolate, and the hand of the people of the land shall be troubled. And I will do unto them after the way and according to thy desire or desire, what I will judge them, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Bashim Avashah, man. Look at that word. So like for a minute. Make sure I'm saying that. Say, I'm messing up now. Oh boy. Nope. T. All right, we're gonna move on. Person call. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm making sure I'm saying it right. I know I will. Okay, yeah, Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 27, and the king shall mourn, and the princes shall be clothed with desolate, and the hand of the people of the land shall be troubled. And I will do unto them after their ways, according to thy desert. I will judge them, and they should know that I am the Lord, Yahweh. I read it again. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 24. Destruction should come. So like destruction come, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mistress shall come upon mistress, and rumor shall be upon rumor, and there shall seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancient. Right. There shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Alrighty, right, so right, so let me see what else. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Joel. Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3. Oops. Joel chapter. The nation will be, the nation will be judged. For Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and the time, what I shall bring against the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down unto the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them. Therefore, my people, and for mine heritage Israel, who thou hast scattered among the nations, and parted my land, and they have cast lot of my peoples, and give a boy for a wine, and a soul girl for no children. Joel 3 verse 3, and they have cast lot for my peoples, and give a boy for a harlot, and so girl for wine, that they may drink. Skip down. No, but Joel chapter 3, verse 4. Yet, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Philistine, and will I render me a recompense, and and if your recompense me swiftly, speedily, and I will turn your recompense upon your own head. Right, you will turn your recompense upon your own head. And verse 9, pellicule this among the Gentiles, your pellicles, I can't say that word. Let me read verse 10, yeah. Beat your plowshare and the sword into the sword, and your pillowhooks and spears, and let the weak say I'm strong. Assemble yourself and come, and all the heathens, and gather yourself together round about, that call the mighty one to come down, O Lord, and let the heathens be weak, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there was set to judge all the heathens round about. Let's see, I'm trying to get right. Multitude of the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon, it shall be darkness, and the stars shall withdraw thy shine. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and under his voice from Jerusalem, and the heaven and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. Verse 17, so shall you know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashan, your power to dwell in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no stranger pass through her any more. Let's go to Isaiah. Chapter 34, verse 1. Isaiah 34, verse 1. It said, the Most High wrath against nations, right? Yahweh shall wrath against nations. Isaiah 34, 1. It said, come near, you nations, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. Read that again. Isaiah 34, verse 1. Come near, you nation, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon the army. He will utterly destroy them. He will deliver them to the slaughter. Right? He gonna deliver them to the slaughter. The slain also should be cast out, and the stink shall come up out of their carcass, and their mountains should be melted with the blood. And all the hosts of the heavens should be dissolved, and the heavens should be rolled together as a scroll, and their hosts shall fall down as a leaf fall off the vein of the fallen fig from the fig tree. And my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord shall be filled with blood. It is made fattened with fattened, and with the blood of the lamb and the goat, with the fatness of the kidney of ram. For the Lord hath sacrificed bosom in the great slaughter of the land of Idumean. Verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord, his vengeance, and the year of recompense for contravention of Zion. So right, man. So let's move along. Get a couple more scriptures. Oops. Let me see. Yeah, go to Zephaniah chapter 2. Get a couple more real close. No, Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. It said, gather yourself together. Read again, Zephaniah 2 and 1. It said, gather yourself together, you gather together, old nation not desire. All right, old nation not desire. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the craft, before the fury of the anger come upon you, before the day of the Lord anger come upon you, seek you the Lord, all the meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness and seek meekness. It may be you should be hid of the day of the Lord anger, right? You may be hid of the day of the Lord, right? Seek righteousness, man. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. It said, gather yourself together, you. And gather together, old nation, not desire, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the craft, before the fury anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord anger come upon you. It says, seek you the Lord, right? Seek you the Lord, all the meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment, and seek righteousness, right? It says, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be you should be hidden in the day of the Lord anger. You may be hidden in the day of the Lord anger. Let's go to Luke. Luke 21, verse things to come. Luke. No, I'm just gonna get right into it. I know I've been gone for almost a half an hour. Let me see some. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna get right into it. Luke 21, verse 34. Take heed that no man is like us. I'm tripping. Take heed to yourself, let any time your heart be overcharged with surfing and drinking and carrying of this life, and so that day come upon you unaware. For as a snare shall come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch you therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all those things that come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. Right? Luke 21, verse 36, it said, watch you therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all those things that come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. Right? Watch and pray always, man. So, right, man. So you see the time that we are in, man. I'm going to Revelation. Take my fingers through. Tripping. Okay, Revelation chapter 11. 11 verse 14. Revelation chapter 14. Revelation chapter 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quick. Right? Revelation chapter 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quick. Revelation chapter 22 verse 10. And he say unto me, seal not the sayings of this prophet, of this book, for the time is at hand. Right, for the time is at hand. Revelation chapter 22, verse 10. And he say unto me, seal not the sayings of this prophet, of this book, for the time is at hand. Read it again. Revelation chapter 22, verse 10. And he say unto me, he said, and he said unto me, seal not the sayings of this prophet, of this book, for the time is at hand. Verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous. That he is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he is that is holy, let him be holy still. Behold, I come quick, and my reward is with me to get every man according as his work shall be. Right? Shall be. Let's go back to Revelation. Let me see how much time. It's all right. We're gonna move along. Let's go back to Revelation that again. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14 again. Let's go back to that. Then we're gonna move on. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quick. Right, the third woe coming quick. The third woe coming quick.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's Dina Kalmeta here, and for today's news, I just have a quick update in regards to what is happening with Russia and Ukraine. And there's been a lot of headlines this week, so I'm going to try to bring you just a few in the last 24 hours or so. And I'd like to start with this report in regards to Putin edging closer to deploying a nuclear attack if Ukraine continues its valiant pushback against the invasion of Russian troops. Now, I brought you a report in the beginning of the week that the UN had stated that nuclear war is now a possibility. And so this is sort of a continuation of that. But apparently, the United States Defense Intelligence Agency detailed the grim concerns in a new 67-page summary of global threats on Thursday. Now, it raises a specter of a possible nuclear attack on Kyiv, the Ukrainian capital, which has so far resisted Russian advances. But the report also said that it was desperate that Putin posed this threat to the entire world. His report notes that Russia claims to be developing missiles that are capable of circumventing Western defenses in order to ensure that Russia can credibly inflict unacceptable damage on the West. Russia recently deployed non-nuclear missiles that come equipped with decoy projectiles, a feature that hasn't previously been seen by Western defense bosses, giving a possible glimpse of the type of feature that could be fitted to the most devastating bombs in Putin's arsenal. The report goes on to read that as this war and its consequences slowly weaken the Russian conventional strength, Russia likely will increasingly rely on its nuclear deterrent to signal the West and project strength to its internal and external audiences. The report goes on further to state that U.S. efforts to undermine Russia's goals in Ukraine, combined with its perception that the United States is a nation in decline, could prompt Russia to engage in more aggressive actions not only in Ukraine itself, but also more broadly in its perceived confrontation with the West. Now, a key motivation for the invasion and Russia's determination is to restore a sphere of influence over Ukraine and the other states of the former Soviet Union. But despite greater than anticipated resistance from Ukraine and relatively high losses in the initial phases of the conflict, Moscow appears determined to press forward by using more lethal capabilities until the Ukrainian government is willing to come to terms favorable to Moscow. Now, with that said, The Kremlin has also upped their ante by warning the U.S. that they may need to be put in its place for sharing disgusting Russophobia. Now, with that said, it has also been reported that the Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov says transfer of S-300s to Ukraine would be illegal and Moscow will not allow it. He said that any cargo considered to be carrying weapons will become a legitimate target. Now, this is something that they had warned about in the past. But basically, it's saying that Poland and the Baltics have just been put on notice if they plan to provide the S-300s. In addition to that, the president of Poland signed into law today a defense bill that will increase the size of the Polish army to 300,000. So they're definitely getting prepared due to the fact that the war is basically right on their doorstep. It has also been reporting that Peskov has stated that the words of Joe Biden to Russian President Putin are a personal insult. He stated that we really hear and see statements that are actually already personal insults against President Putin. According to him, Biden makes such statements almost every day. Speaking at a Friends of Ireland dinner, Biden referred to Putin as a bloody dictator and a thug. Peskov stated that he considered Biden's words unforgivable when he called Putin a war criminal. In the meantime, here are just a few other headlines. Russia plans to ban YouTube as early as today. Now, they've already banned Facebook, Instagram, and I believe Twitter as well. But here's another headline. GPS interferences have intensified in places as far away as Finland, the Mediterranean, and Iraq since the Ukraine war started, forcing aircraft to reroute or change their destination. In addition to that, Chinese and U.S. aircraft carriers have both sailed through the Taiwan Strait ahead of U.S. and China talks, and we'll get to that in just a moment. In the meantime, Russian warships carrying scores of military trucks were seen passing through a strait in Japan just yesterday morning and could be on their way to Ukraine. But let's go back to Joe Biden and the Chinese president's phone call today. It is being reported that Joe Biden warned the Chinese president of consequences that Beijing would face if it provides support to Russia during its invasion of the Ukraine. In the nearly 2-hour video call between the two leaders, Biden described the implications and consequences if China provides material support to Russia. In the readout of the call, the White House did not list items that the two men agreed upon, other than to keep the lines of communication open. The two men also discussed Taiwan, amid concerns that China will invade the neighboring island. Biden also told his Chinese counterpart that the U.S. policy on Taiwan has not changed, and emphasized that the U.S. continues to oppose any unilateral changes to the status quo. Now, in addition to that, the Jerusalem Post is reporting that Syria is to supply Russia with 40,000 mercenaries, according to Ukrainian intelligence. In addition, weapons and other equipment will be transferred to Russia and Belarus from Syria in the near future. A report on March 13th from Ukrainian intelligence indicated that Russia had already opened 14 recruitment centers across Syria, in Damascus, Aleppo, and other cities in order to strengthen its forces. 2 days prior, on March 11th, it was reported that the Russian president would allow 16,000 volunteers from the Middle East to join the war in Ukraine. Now, with all of that said, here are just a few more headlines. The Chinese government on Wednesday blasted Taiwan for sending humanitarian aid to Ukraine and also for supporting sanctions against Russia. Russian soldiers warn Putin that they will rise up against him. Putin has called for a cleansing of Russia of dissident scum and traitors, and he also allegedly ordered the arrest of his top military chief. Ukraine's defense minister urged the EU to brand Putin a war criminal. Ukraine is the first country to implement World Economic Forum's Great Reset. State Department refuses to detail red line if China provides support to Russia. Kremlin missile attacks strike Lviv, seen as a crossroads for refugees and to aid destination. 130 people were freed from a bomb theater in Mariupol. 1,300 are still trapped. Ukraine has created a database to track the deceased on both sides of the conflict. So definitely a lot has happened just this week and just in the last couple of days. And as always, I will continue to keep you updated. But I believe right now we are ever so closer to World War III if it hasn't already started. Maybe there'll be a peace agreement between Ukraine and Russia in the near future. Maybe not. According to prophecy, we will hear of wars and rumors of wars, and that is exactly what has been happening. And with
So yeah, I'm gonna close it out right there so you see when they say World War III, fear of U.S. fear of Putin is planned to use nuclear weapons. Syria supplies Russia. Right. So hey man, you see the time that we are in, man. We in some dangerous times, man. And what our people's doing, they have no idea what time that we are in. And I think everything's gonna be peace, man. These people's through, man. I have no idea. I can get a couple more scriptures probably. Let me see what I'm gonna get. Go to Isaiah. Get all the scriptures all we like to keep. 5 and 6. I'm gonna close it out with that. It says seek you. A minute. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 55 and 6, it says, seek you the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near. Right? Call upon him while he is near, man. Get again, Isaiah 55 and 6 again. It says, seek you the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near. Right? Call upon him while he is near. So I'm going to close it out. So, hey, man, seek you the Lord while he may be found, man. So we're going to close it out. You see the time that we are in. Get this situated. I could be better than this. You know how to do this without do. Hold on, give me a minute. So I'm gonna close it out. So, giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Shah. Double honor to the apostle and the brothers speaking truth around the world, and the apostle and brothers in GMS. Shalom to the elect. Shalom. Better. All right. Yeah, sure.